Be prepared. Your mind is about to get quieter, but your soul is about to get louder. This isn't confusion. This is clarity being born through a new language, energy. As Jupiter enters Cancer, something sacred stirs behind your eyes. Not just sight, but vision. The kind of vision that sees through masks, mirrors, and memories. The kind that doesn't wait for proof to know the truth. Have you been dreaming differently? Sensing people's intentions before they speak? Feeling the urge to disconnect, not out of fear, but out of inner knowing? That's not anxiety. That's awakening. You're not imagining the intensity. You're being initiated. And the test isn't about knowing more. It's about trusting what you already know. If you've been waiting for a sign to listen to your intuition, this is it. This is your turning point. Are you ready to see through what once blinded you? Because once this portal opens, there's no going back to a world where you ever ignored your soul again. You may not realize it yet, but your inner compass is already shifting. As Jupiter steps into Cancer, something ancient stirs in your emotional body. This isn't just a planetary transit. It's a call back to the soul's original voice, not the voice of thought, but the voice of knowing. And while many will ignore this change, dismissing it as another mood swing or a random spike of emotion, those who are tuned in will feel it as an unmistakable awakening. Not loud, not dramatic, but undeniable. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, meets Cancer, the sign of feeling. And when those two archetypes merge, something rare happens. Knowledge becomes intuitive. Wisdom becomes emotional intelligence. And growth no longer comes from action, but from presence. Can you feel that? A pressure in your chest that doesn't hurt but hums. A stillness in your mind that doesn't feel empty but open. A memory that resurfaces out of nowhere, not to haunt you but to teach you. This is the difference. Other transits ask you to move. This one asks you to remember. And in that remembering, it recalibrates you. This is your invitation to release timelines built on logic and start listening to the undercurrent of what feels right. Not what looks good, not what others expect, but what makes your entire being exhale. Have you noticed you're less tolerant of shallow conversations? Of spaces that drain instead of restore? That's not coincidence. That's Jupiter whispering through your emotional radar. It's not just that you're feeling more, you're decoding more. Patterns that used to confuse you suddenly feel transparent. Energies that once seduced you now feel chaotic. And people you once craved approval from now feel distant, not because they left, but because you rose. The shift isn't happening in your mind, it's happening in your field. In the way your body leans forward around certain people and withdraws around others. In the way your dreams carry messages that make more sense than waking life. In the way your tears come quicker, but so does your clarity. This is not emotional instability. This is vibrational intelligence. This is Jupiter in Cancer. And the reason this matters so deeply now is because Cancer rules the home, the mother, the origin. Jupiter is illuminating all the parts of you that have been carrying unresolved energy from the past. Old wounds you thought were healed may resurface, but not to punish you, to liberate you. You're not being pulled backward. You're being given a final look at what you're no longer carrying forward. So when your emotions feel loud this week, don't silence them. Ask them, what are you trying to show me? When you feel like isolating, ask yourself, am I hiding or am I healing? When you feel waves of grief or joy, or even confusion rising unprompted, ask, what part of me is finally being allowed to speak? This is a homecoming, a spiritual recalibration. And the most important part isn't what you do, it's what you allow. Are you open enough to feel what you've been taught to suppress? Are you willing to trust what your body knows before your mind can name it? Because in this season, the truth won't be spoken. It will be felt. And if you let it, it will rewrite everything you thought you knew about alignment. Jupiter has entered Cancer, and your soul is finally starting to remember the way home. There is a moment on this path where emotion stops being just feeling and starts becoming vision. With Jupiter now moving through Cancer, that moment is no longer coming. It's here. The intensity in your chest, the weight in your belly, the rush of sensation when you think of certain people. It's not just emotional release, it's transmission. Your psychic sensitivity is awakening not through effort but through emotion. Your emotional body is no longer separate from your intuition. It is your intuition. Think back. Have you recently cried over something small, but the tears felt ancient? Have you experienced sudden waves of knowing, unprovoked, yet undeniable? These aren't mood swings, they're messages, and they're not coming from above. They're emerging from within. The divine is using your emotional body as a portal now, and as the lines between emotion and perception blur, the intuitive signals will no longer arrive only in dreams or synchronicities. They'll come disguised as feelings, gut reactions, shifts in the air around certain people, a sudden inner pull to go or stay. This is the spiritual secret most people miss. Psychic power is not some lofty, mystical gift. It's emotional honesty turned inward. When you stop dismissing your feelings as too much, you begin to realize they were guidance all along. And in this portal, that guidance becomes sharper. The more you listen, the more you see. The more you trust your reactions, the more they evolve into clear perceptions. This is not magic. This is memory of what your soul always knew. It may feel overwhelming because you're not just sensing your own energy anymore. You're absorbing layers of places, people, timelines. And if you don't ground yourself, you'll drown in it. That's why the key to navigating this new frequency is embodiment, not escape. The more you come back to your body, the more accurate your intuition becomes. The more you feel your feet, your breath, your heartbeat, the more your third eye opens, not to fantasy, but to truth. So ask yourself, what am I really feeling? And what is it revealing? Where in my body do I feel safe? And where does tension tell me a deeper story? You're no longer meant to push these sensations aside. They're sacred instruments now, recalibrating your entire field. In this Jupiter Cancer portal, the veil between emotional and spiritual clarity is dissolving. Don't resist it. Don't try to understand everything with your mind. Let the energy speak to you in the language of the body. Heat, chills, contraction, expansion. These are not symptoms, they're signals. Your emotional energy is becoming psychic intelligence. Let it lead. In the quiet of night, when your defenses drop and your mind releases control, your soul speaks loudest. And right now, Under the expansive gaze of Jupiter in Cancer, dreams are no longer dreams, they are initiations. Messages, maps from dimensions your waking self cannot access without permission. This is the moment where your third eye begins to do its deepest work, not through concentration, but through surrender. As you sleep, you are being activated, and the signs are everywhere. Have you woken up recently with a sensation that something just happened, but you couldn't name it? Do images stay with you, not as memory, but as emotion, like echoes of a reality that doesn't fit in this one? These are not random impressions. They are spiritual downloads. In this portal, your third eye is scanning timelines, reading possibilities. And when your logical mind goes to rest, the subconscious steps forward and says, "Now I can show you." This is why you may notice your dreams becoming more vivid, more layered, even more prophetic. You may find yourself dreaming of water, of animals, of ancestors, symbols that carry ancient frequencies. These images are not just visuals, they are energetic codes. They bypass the mind and speak directly to your spirit. And even if you don't remember them all, your energy field does. It adjusts, it integrates, it remembers. What you see behind your eyes now is just as real as what you see with them. Flashes of color, pulses of light, a sudden inner knowing as you drift between sleep and waking. This is your third eye syncing with universal truth, tuning itself to recognize higher frequencies. It's not a fantasy. It's perception beyond the veil. But don't look for answers in traditional logic. These dream activations don't always come with explanations. They come with transformation. You may wake up feeling different, thinking differently, even feeling disconnected from parts of your old identity. That's part of the upgrade. You're not just dreaming, you're being reprogrammed. Keep track. Write what you see. Feel what lingers. The third eye doesn't speak in paragraphs. It speaks in symbols, in pulses, in strange synchronicities that begin in sleep and continue in waking life. That stranger who felt familiar. That song that played at just the right moment. That overwhelming déjà vu. It all began somewhere in the unseen. So let the dreams come. Let your soul wander. You are being led to truths you asked for, but your mind couldn't yet handle. And now, as Jupiter opens the gate and Cancer nurtures the path, your inner sight is being reborn, one dream at a time. What the universe is trying to show you now. Right now, everything is communication. Every delay, every sudden impulse, every moment of stillness that interrupts your plans, it's all a message. And under the alignment of Jupiter in Cancer, the universe isn't screaming. It's whispering. It's moving through the emotional landscape of your life, showing you where you've been blind, where you've been ready, and where you've outgrown your current version of truth. This portal doesn't bring chaos, it brings clarity. But only if you know how to read it. Have you noticed strange patterns repeating? The same emotion triggered in different situations, the same number following you from place to place? These are not accidents. The universe speaks in patterns, and the moment you become conscious of them, you activate your co-creative power. Your life becomes less about reacting and more about listening. But what is it trying to show you now? It's trying to show you what's ready to leave. Not because you failed, but because you evolved. That old friendship that feels hollow. That dream that used to excite you but now weighs you down. That routine that once brought comfort, but now feels like confinement. These are energetic echoes of a version of you that no longer fits. And Jupiter's presence is pressing on them gently, lovingly, insistently, until you finally say, I see it now. It's also trying to show you your gifts, the ones you've dismissed or doubted, the intuitive hits you shrugged off, the creative idea you didn't act on, the moment you felt something was off, but ignored it out of fear of being too much. The universe is bringing those back around, not to haunt you, but to highlight your power, to say, you were right, trust yourself. This moment is not about becoming something new. It's about realizing what's already been inside you, waiting. Your intuition isn't just sharpening, it's screaming to be heard. Your body isn't just tired, it's asking to move differently. Your relationships aren't just strained, they're revealing what's real and what's projection. You're not being tested, you're being shown. And the lesson is this, you don't need more proof. You need more trust. Trust in what you feel. Trust in what keeps returning to your awareness. Trust that if something feels off, it is. And if something feels magnetic, it's because your soul remembers its frequency. The universe doesn't speak in ultimatums. It speaks in nudges, in gentle disruptions, in recurring dreams, in the silence that suddenly feels louder than words. So stop asking what's coming. Start asking what's being revealed, because the truth is, you already know. There comes a moment in every awakening where insight alone is no longer enough, where sensing, knowing, feeling, and all of it starts to burn inside, demanding motion. That's where you are now. You've received the signs, you've seen the symbols in dreams, felt the shifts in conversations, heard the silent messages between thoughts. And now, the universe is leaning in with one question. Will you move? Under this powerful Jupiter in Cancer alignment, intuition becomes a pressure point, not to stress you, but to stretch you, to pull your inner clarity into outer alignment. Because real intuition doesn't end with knowing, it ends with doing. And in this portal, hesitation costs more than action. Waiting feels heavier than choosing. Avoidance feels louder than risk. Can you feel it? You're being asked to trust what you can't explain, to speak what you haven't fully processed, to release what still has some emotional grip, even though your soul already let go. This is where the inner world begins, demanding outer confirmation. And this is where many freeze. Because intuition often tells you to leap before logic gives permission. But consider this. How many times have you already known the answer but waited anyway? How many moments did you feel the truth in your body but silenced it in your mind? That's no longer sustainable. The portal energy won't let you carry what's no longer aligned. So the tension you feel right now isn't punishment, it's propulsion. The challenge is that intuitive action rarely looks safe. It usually requires saying something uncomfortable, making a bold shift, or leaving something incomplete behind. But look deeper. Was it ever complete to begin with? Or did you just settle for what you thought was enough? Right now, your energy field is being rewritten. Your body, your dreams, your relationships, they're all syncing with a new version of you that no longer tolerates delay. This doesn't mean rushing blindly. It means choosing clearly. And action doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's a boundary. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes it's silence. But action is required because energy needs motion to become real. Intuition without action becomes spiritual noise. But intuition with action becomes divine architecture. It builds the life you came here to live. So ask yourself, what have I known for too long without acting on? What inner truth is begging for my outer courage? What does alignment require of me? Today, not tomorrow? This is the moment to leap without needing a landing map. The signs have already led you here. The patterns already confirmed your path. And if fear is rising, it only means the breakthrough is near. You are not being reckless, you are being real. Intuition is not just a gift, it's a call. And this portal wants to know, are you ready to answer it with action? This moment, this portal, is not just about vision. It's not even about clarity. It's about trust. Because what's unfolding now doesn't make linear sense. The signs are clear, the feelings are intense, the dreams are vivid, and yet, the path ahead is not. This is the sacred test that every soul must eventually face. Can you walk forward when the map has dissolved, but the pull is undeniable? Jupiter in Cancer doesn't offer roadmaps. It offers resonance. You'll feel a yes in your bones before it shows up in your reality. You'll feel a no in your stomach even when your mind wants to negotiate. And if you've been asking for expansion, for awakening, for purpose, this is it. But it comes wrapped in uncertainty. Because spiritual trust is never built through clarity. It's forged in the fog. Right now, the universe is asking something intimate of you. Will you keep going, even when nothing outside of you confirms what you know within? Will you follow the pull of your spirit, even when your ego screams for reassurance? This is not a punishment, it's preparation. Trust is the bridge between the inner world you've been awakening and the outer world you're about to shape. Have you felt the silence after the sign? The long pause after a strong, intuitive nudge? That's not the universe withdrawing. That's the test. Can you hold your alignment even when the world doesn't echo it back? Can you believe your path is real even when no one else sees it? This is where your faith becomes muscle, where your spiritual maturity deepens. Because trust is not passive. Trust is a decision. Every time you choose peace over panic, surrender over control, presence over fear, you are building it. You are proving to yourself and to the cosmos that you are not just a seeker of signs, but a keeper of frequency. And here's the deeper truth. When you trust beyond evidence, reality bends, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with what was always meant for you. That job, that person, that calling, they don't come when you chase them. They arrive when you become a vibrational match through unwavering trust. So breathe. You're not lost. You're being recalibrated. Your external stillness is masking an internal rewiring. Every delay is sacred. Every unanswered prayer is a redirection. Every quiet moment is a test, not of your worthiness, but of your willingness to surrender. This is the part where many give up, where doubt creeps in and demands proof. But this is also the threshold of real magic. If you can hold your center here, if you can trust the unseen, love without guarantees, and believe without evidence, then you are not just awakening, you are embodying. And the universe? It always honors those who trust it before it proves itself. Always.